Hi, everyone, and thanks for being with me. Today is the day that the United States decided that they were going to elect an autocrat, a disruptor, a man who should never, ever be anywhere near the White House. But that is their decision, small majority as it was, but that's what they've done. And today, I'm particularly going to start my trending videos on the Trump presidency and how it impacts not just the United States, but how it impacts the rest of the world. It needs to be said, I did suffer through the inauguration speech. And look, I'm not a historian. I don't know about other speeches specifically that have happened over the last decade or beyond the last decade, I should say. But I can tell you now that it didn't matter whether this was Donald Trump or whoever, but to deliver a speech such as this one was lacking enthusiasm or commitment, I should say. That this man didn't outline any specific range of policies. He talked in a derogatory manner about the Biden administration, even though Biden was sitting in front of him at that particular point. And he's the most disingenuous human being on the face of this planet. And I'm sure we're going to see over time a corruption. If it hasn't already started to take place, we will see a corruption of the American democratic system. And it all started with the pardons. Now, we need to be a little bit clearer about this. It so happens that Biden did pardon a group of people early this morning. And he did it because he must know at some level that the Trump administration is going to come after the people that were involved in the January 6th committee, members of his family. I don't think he pardoned himself, I hasten to add. But he did pardon a range of people preemptively because he has information, I would suggest, that indicates that Trump is going to go after them. Now, we need to be clear that that Biden has decided that these people have not committed a crime. He makes this statement in his pardon that it is not about them admitting to a crime that they've committed. They haven't committed any crimes. He's preventing, though, the Trump administration from attacking them and from, which I guess the Trump administration could do regardless, but certainly of any criminal activity the Trump administration may consider that they've done. Now, it sets a precedent, though, for the United States whereby any president that's about to leave office can preemptively pardon a whole group of people. And my guess is that when that happens with Trump in 4 years' time, he will be pardoning a swath of people who have behaved badly in his administration and who would be liable for criminal convictions for things that they have done. It's an unfortunate precedent, but I guess in Biden's view, it had to be done, even though there are a number of people on the left who would argue that if the people haven't committed a crime, they should not need to worry about any of this. That the fact that it would have to go, they would be challenged, they have court proceedings, an expensive process anyway, the humiliation that would go with it, and so forth. A lot of people wouldn't be prepared to put up with any of that, and a lot of people don't have the funds in order to be able to combat the judicial system. But what it does tell us is that there is a likelihood that Trump will use his administration to fight and seek retribution against those people whom he believes did the same thing to him. I don't believe there's any particular proof on any of that. There's no indication that Biden got involved in any of the cases that involved Trump, and certainly Biden didn't get involved in the case where 34 counts of felony counts were made against Trump. Biden didn't get involved in any of that. A jury decided at the end of the day that he was guilty. So, where does this leave us? It leaves us with the Sky News giving a piece or presenting a piece that was talking about Biden's pardons, but failed to recognise and fails to acknowledge that Trump has just given out 1,200 pardons and 600 commendations, not commendations, I forget the word, but he has technically pardoned 6 of the major contributors to the January 6th riot. And it is sad to acknowledge that someone like Sky News could accept that the pardons have been given out by Biden. They're preemptive, admittedly, but the real pardons, the pardons that have been issued for people that were jailed on January the 6th, who have been tried, who have been before a jury, that those people, and some of them committed the most horrific crimes, attacking and brutalising police in particular. So, and those people are back on the streets. You know, the Proud Boys, leader of the Proud Boys, is now back on the streets. And, you know, what's going to happen if they decide that they're going to contravene the law again, attack other people? Under this administration, Trump may dismiss that. We need to consider some of these possibilities. Now, just want to show you a little bit about what Sky News are airing so that you get a sense as to where this is going from the right. And here we have them talking about the Joe Biden's preemptive pardons expose deep state corruptions is their title.
Cheney, retired General Mark Milley, and January 6 committee members. The preemptive pardons are not a good look for Joe Biden, his family, and everyone he has pardoned, with many suggesting if you've done nothing wrong, you shouldn't need to be pardoned. Donald Trump used the pardons as another political point-scoring activity to expose the deep state villains.
So the contrast appears to be that Trump has used it to expose the deep state, whereas the pardons that Biden have been using has been about the corruption that sits within his deep state. So these two issues are interposed upon each other in a way. And it indicates, though, where this is going, I think, that that the reality is that the deep state is something that doesn't concern Trump, that he's not doing anything to add to that. He's clearing it out, regardless of the oligarchs he has sitting around him and the people that he has around him who are extremely corrupt in themselves. We won't go through the secretaries that he's been appointing, but it is evident that from now on in the United States, it's going to be a bun fight, and it's going to be a fight between those people who stand up for the rule of law and those people such as Trump who don't give a rat's ass about the Constitution, where rule of law sits in this country, and the separation of powers that sit between the presidency and the judiciary and the legal fraternity. So we're going to see this bun fight manifest itself in many, many different ways over time. And today was only day one. And believe me, over time, it is definitely going to get worse. So let me know what you think in the comment sections below. Ring the bell for further notifications. Where do you think this is going to go at the end of the day? I'll be most interested. In the meantime, take care, look after yourselves, and more importantly, be safe.